Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the i14y Labs December podcast series, where I sit down with key people working within the interoperability movement in hopes of shedding some light on what's really going on in the space at the moment. This week, I had the privilege of talking to our very own Senior Innovation Project Manager, Katja Henke. As a member of the i14y Lab team since the very beginning, Katja has been representing the lab at events all around Europe, from Fuse 2022 to the Mobile World Congress 2022, all the way to i14y Lab's own summit hosted in June of this year. Katja has been able to showcase the lab to the outside world and communicate its goals to those in the ecosystem who may benefit from our testing solutions. So, before I go into too much detail, please sit back, relax, and learn a little something from the brilliant Katja Henke. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this episode of the December podcast. Today, I am joined with somebody who has been here since the beginning. Katja, would you like to give yourself a nice little introduction, tell everybody who you are, where your rank sits, what you do?
I can do that.
Lovely.
So my name is Katja Henke. Originally, I'm with Deutsche Telekom, but here I feel very much as part of the i14y Lab because we started right from the beginning, writing the proposal, which was then filed to the Ministry of Digitalization and Transport. And from that part onwards, I'm also leading the work package, strategic evolution, and also I'm part of supporting the consortium lead, Andreas Gladisch.
Lovely. Now, just as a question for the i14y, how long has this been in production? How long has the i14y itself been established?
In November, we celebrated our first anniversary, if you liked. Yeah. We started a little bit earlier because we already had a first Plugfest.
Sure.
But the official handover took place in November, so that is the date that counts. Mm-hmm. So we had our celebration. I wouldn't call it a party, but our our birthday cake then at the consortium meeting, which took place exactly at this date.
Sure. So being that it's been a little over a year that i14y has been going through its production, its phases and everything, there has to be a lot of things that we've achieved here in the lab. Is there anything that you could touch on within the last year of like major events or anything that really stands out to you as major achievements within this last year?
Yeah, always when you say it's Christmas time, then it's time to look back.
Exactly. That's
and
it's
why really, I feel a little bit like, okay, when you're in the topic, you quite often do not perceive what you have already achieved.
Sure.
But really looking back, I can say it's been a lot.
Yeah.
So the first time we said hello to the outside world was then at Mobile World Congress in February. I think it was in February. And right after, we started also our preparation of our first summit.
Correct. Yeah.
To be honest, I underestimated a little bit the effort, but we managed to deliver everything on time. Mm-hmm. At the same time, also, we prepared the next Plugfest, which took place now in October-November. Mm-hmm. October-November. We had a presence at Fuse. And, also from a technical perspective, a lot happened in our server lab downstairs. So, but I would not go into all the details right now. But just, we are up and running. And that is the good news.
Yeah, of course. Now, I want to take it back because a conversation you and I had before talking about the Fuse conference that we were a part of. Is there anything special that came out of that you saw that you didn't happen to have in other events that we put on?
It is always an evolution.
Mm-hmm.
And looking back at our first presence, Mobile World Congress, it was really, it's always a learning curve.
Of course.
And here it was at the Deutsche Telekom booth, and we, of course, had some of the partners coming along. But then the summit was really something which was a collaboration, where all the partners been there. Mm-hmm. But I would say the Fuse was really then the first time that they also represented at a conference, at a fair, the i14y Lab. And that felt really like we are, I wouldn't call it family, but it had a little bit of the feeling of now we have come together, we speak with one voice.
Yeah.
And that we really want to achieve to make it successful.
So switching gears here a little bit, since taking this leading role here at the lab, what have you learned in this last year, a little over a year since being here?
First of all, and that is nothing new, it's all about people.
Sure.
And here at the i14y lab, people with not only different backgrounds and skills come together, but also from different companies. Mm-hmm. And that is also, I mean, a learning that the cultures have to grow together. Mm-hmm. Everyone has his own background, his own, history that way. Yeah. So it is really that we have to learn how to deal with each other, how to collaborate. That is something, but also, I mean, looking at the outside world, I mean, it is also how to grow and get engaged with the ecosystem, with the community. Mm-hmm. That is also something where I learn every day, so to say, and really how to reach out to them, how to get them on board, and also providing then processes that come along with that.
Sure. Now, with all these learnings that you've learned, horrible way to put that, but what are the next steps looking like with i14y Lab, and what's the next year looking like?
It's a bit early to talk about right now, sure, because we are looking back at this moment. Mm-hmm. But of course, for us, it is the operational part which has become more important. Mm-hmm. And that means also diving into this permanent testing. We already had 2 Plugfest, also preparing next Plugfest. But really this permanent continuous testing has become ever more important.
So it seems like that's something that people should look out for.
Yeah, exactly. And then, going towards certification, badging, this is what they expect us to provide.
Lovely. Well, Katja, I thank you for your time. This is a nice little snippet of what we wanted to chat about a little bit, keep it nice, short, and concise. So I thank you for being a part of this.
Always welcome. And especially if you need to learn more, or if you want to learn more, come back to us.
Yeah, go to i14ylab.com. There you go. That's a nice little put in there. So thanks, everybody, and happy holidays.